Hi everybody, I'm Pastor Jim.
And I'm Pastor Vicki.
And we are pastors at Zion Lutheran Church in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And this morning we're talking about this coming Sunday. We're going to try a trial in person here at Zion. And we kind of want to go through this, what that looks like and some rules you got to follow to make it all happen.
Yeah, because we miss having you here.
We do. And you know, we've looked at all the health department and their rules, and the council's worked really hard and had a lot of good conversation about it. And the main thing is everyone wants to be safe. We want you to be safe and the staff to be safe. And so these are the rules that are going to have to be obeyed so that everybody can be safe the best we can. And so we thought we'd go over them with you on a video just to let you know what to expect when you come.
Yes, and there's been a lot of conversations. We've consulted doctors and scientists. This is not something we came at lightly. So know that this is an effort of a lot of people who care about you.
Absolutely. So the Health Department of Washtenaw County is allowing organizations like Zion to have 20% of their seated capacity be used at this time. So for Zion, that would be about 80 people. And so we're not having people sign up, but you will sign in. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But basically, we do have some overflow options, so we're not too worried about it. Statistics say that we're not going to quite meet that goal, so
yeah, we'll be okay.
I think we're going to be fine. But anyway, so the first thing that we want you to know that as you come to Zion or think about coming to Zion, if you're not feeling well, if you're had any exposure that you think you might have had to COVID, or if you are of a certain age that you seem more risky, please stay home.
Yeah. Nobody gets a gold star for coming.
No.
We will have that virtual option still.
Absolutely. The live streams are going nowhere. We're going to continue them. They were going before the pandemic. They're going during the pandemic. They're going to go after the pandemic. Yeah. We're going to continue live stream. But we will try this trial time in which we'll try some in-person at the 9 o'clock live stream. Be clear, there's no 11:11 in person at this time. Just the 9 o'clock.
And we ask that you come about 10 or 15 minutes early because we don't want to have a mad rush of a clump of people trying to find their seats. And there's going to be a sign in and you're going to have to do some stuff with sanitizing. So we invite you to come at least 15 minutes early.
Yeah, and know that if others are coming, it's just, you got to keep distance when you stand in line and make all those pieces happen. So, all right, the first thing you're going to have to know about this is that when you come into Zion, the first thing you got to put on is your face mask, and it needs to cover nose and mouth at all times. The only exception is when we take communion together, then we can take it down, receive communion, and then put it back on.
Yes.
Okay? It's really important that we make sure that it's covering both nose and mouth, and that all that water droplets that comes out of all of us as we breathe and talk is contained.
Yes. And there will be hand sanitizer stations all throughout the building. You'll notice them. We ask that you sanitize as you come in and as you leave. Okay?
Yeah.
That's an easy one.
Real easy. We're going to talk about signing in before you're seated. So there's a sign-in station where we just want to be able to have contact information. So if there was any need for us to be able to have to contact anyone, we would have who was there on what Sunday. And so it's just going to be something we do when we come in, part of how we move forward.
And the seats are really labeled nicely. Pastor Jim went ahead and did this, and he put white ribbons where you're not allowed to sit, and where you are allowed to sit, basically the signs say one family can sit in the pew, or 2 couples, or 3 individuals. It's very clearly labeled, so you don't need to remember that. You will see it when you come into the sanctuary.
Absolutely. And what that allows is to keep that social distance, that 6 foot in the pew as well as in the aisles and wherever you're walking. We know how this works. We just want to be.
It's old hat now.
Absolutely. Just reminding you of that.
And we won't be passing around an offering plate to limit the exposure. So instead, there'll be a little container outside as you walk in. You can give your gifts to God, and you don't need to worry about touching everybody else's things.
Yeah. After you sign in and you maybe you bring your offering and put it in there if you're not doing it electronically, you're going to pick up one of these, a prepackaged communion.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah, a little bread and wine. And
it's like a mini chalice.
Yeah, it is. You can hang on to those, yeah. You're welcome to take it back.
Yeah,
they're also recyclable. But anyway, pick one of those up and hang on to it because we're going to have communion later in the service.
Which is awesome. And now, of course, everybody misses the songs and the singing. Now, I don't know about you, but if you try to sing with the mask on, it becomes like a sock that's being jammed down your throat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you might want to hum along or sing quietly, but we probably are going to limit the belting out of song when we first gather.
Yeah, just very softly. Sing to yourself. Just like you're
Just like I usually do.
just like you're singing to
Nothing
a,
changes.
just imagine you have a little baby in your arms and you're just singing them to sleep. Something like that.
No arm waving. Whoop, whoop.
That's right.
Oh, this one's killing me.
After the service, the pastors, we're not going to go out and try to shake hands or greet anybody. To eliminate that, we're just going to exit through the sacristy, and that way, as congregants, you can walk right out.
No
to your car.
hug line. I need a support group.
Oh,
And
Not
no
yet.
food or drinks in the Welcome Center. The whole point of gathering when I'm with people is I eat. And we can't do that either. So the Welcome Center will look a little bare because we can't have a lot of things out right now. And then what we're doing, we're encouraging people to kind of say your goodbyes and mosey on out.
Right. Yep. Go back and return back to your cars as easily as you can, and get ready for the following week.
Which means we have to limit the hugs and we have to limit all the touching and all of that stuff that makes us human, which is horrible. But on a positive note, we get to see one another's faces and actually be 6 feet closer than we have been in
Yeah.
months past.
We get to actually see faces when we preach.
I don't even know what that's going to look like.
Well, I don't know. I'm up for this week, so it may be a little different. I may get a little tongue-tied. And just wave and smile at people. Hey, guys!
Because we are now delirious, apparently.
Oh, my goodness. But we do miss you all.
Oh, do we ever?
But most importantly, we want to keep you safe. And out of our love for you and for our neighbor.
Yeah.
So please know that this is just a trial. We're going to try and see how it goes. And we don't know what the numbers are going to do. As you and I both know, the numbers continue to rise of the cases of infection. And so it may be the health department will say, we can't do this anymore, and we'll abide by those rules.
Yep. But in the meantime, hopefully we'll see some of you on Sunday.
Yeah,
And the rest of you will catch you online.
absolutely. This Sunday is All Saints Sunday, so know that we're going to be a little different service as we remember the saints who have died this past year, as well as remember those who have come into the kingdom as baptized. So,
Very good.
all right.
Take care, everybody.
Blessings. Bye-bye.